deserting one army to join another. Soldiers from the Democratic Karen Buddhist Army are abandoning their posts and returning to the camps of the Karen National Union, which they broke away from more than 15 years ago. Since their acrimonious split in 1995, the two groups have become sworn enemies, with friends turning on friends and the DKBA joining the other side, the Burmese government. But despite conflict, some DKBA soldiers are preparing to rejoin the KNU and continue the fight, this time alongside their old comrades. Earlier this month, US official Eric Schwartz warned that the growing number of Karen refugees in camps on the Thai-Burma border would have to stay put, with third country resettlement an increasingly unrealistic option. Afraid to return home, soldiers who desert are left with limited options, and as the Thai government cracks down on migrant workers in Thailand, it seems continued conflict is one of the few choices left.
Okay, the chocolate land the mam darele and the killing here, Melmeva, Nicole Piama, the Kaka. Bakegada, Kegadam Narilla.
Kegada KNU.
Oh, Kegada can you sooner? So I learned the Kegada DKB. Majan Lehigaman Kivana.
Lehike Bulova.
The Le the Hupe Humagama.
Humare pick, Humare, Humara.
Mavana. The meaning the cake can you said enough.
The ethnic Karen of Burma have been fighting a civil war on the eastern border of Burma for over 60 years. Born into conflict, many Karen have been unable to escape war, either with the Burmese military or between themselves. Pressure on armies to build up forces means people are sometimes picked at random from villages and forcibly recruited.
Malapala neon me pome batte dulu me duan me balet papan laki yang maropi uma nalgala ma bal ba agam people da sara kaya nen po obia no po mule lela te do me le ka ne ke da le si mu ha lo ke ba do ba ti tu ta ma ke da du na ha tu ke wa ma ha ra ki da la pa ul ba ba la
But although they have deserted now, others say they initially joined of their own will. However, even those who had wanted to join found life tough. Long periods of separation from family, poor conditions and lack of food and pay drive some people to leave despite supporting the DKBA.
Let the kiwi in all the chassis down on the chumo level.
The chumo no memo, your chumo, let Bala, my chumo, with the mama. Look, I get to one, I chumo to lock. I want chumo to omit them. What the moment or ling and Nimanage La Cataneva, Ninomiva, Buddha, Ida, Minanomiva.
Who's that in a name?
Well, to not get away, I go right and get away for Pedro, Mr. Line, making you game line.
And yet leaving the DKBA does not necessarily mean leaving behind the life of a soldier. Even those who wish to find work outside Burma were willing to consider a return to the conflict.
ล็อกให้เนาะ
ก็น้อย
อย่าทายแล้วว่า
ไทยเราบ้านเราเหมือนอายุน้อยเว้ยนำใจคู่กันเลยเมื่อว่าเขาเราดูนำเกเว้ยเขียนอยู่สาวจ้าเนาะไอ้เราตียันสิ
mà cái là cái giật kì là cái ai giật mà thông mang cái lấy kì
เราเล่นในกระชาเลยอะชั่วโมงเราเหมือนมันมานั่นแหละ
mà thông mà cái lấy
ทำมากันเลย
thông mà cái lấy tay phòng
Aware of the value of weaponry in the region, those who have fled bring arms to the KNU camps.
ชิบล้อเดี๋ยวป้าเด็กกลัวรถไฟฮะป้ามันนู่นเลยเดี๋ยว
AK giờ cô một thằng một cô iya sẽ là cô
มันต้องมากลัวพูดนะพ่อ
tôi phải chọn ai cầm lá để cả cha đến mình lên mà xử quá
But it is not just with the Karen that DKBA soldiers are continuing to fight. Some soldiers are joining the Burmese army, which they claim offers the salaries that the DKBA do not.
ใครเนี่ยเป็นนาฮูลDVBเนี่ยเนาะเขาบักเก็บไปยาสื่อเนี่ยหรือนาฮูยานาฮูปวดอะไรนั่นแก
บริษัทอย่างว่าไปย้อนมอกันดูว่าได้กันดูท่อว่าดีเคบีมอไว้ที่เดียวกันดูหลักฐานเนี่ยกันดูคนนั้นที่ท่อหลักฐานแต่ลานหนึ่งรอเลยไปที่ท่อนั้นแต่ลานหนึ่งไหลอะไร
ลาดก็ละ
แต่ลาน
ดูแล้วหลังเจด้าเนี่ย
เอาไว้ที่เดียวเต็ม
รอที่เหลือ
รอที่อ่ะที่บาดเต็มแล้วดู
However, despite this and alliances between the DKBA and SPDC troops, some still see hope for the Karen armies to be united against the Burmese army together.
เคยแห่ท่อเคยนี่บางคนแห่ท่อ
nó bà đã bà cái đó kho đó kho là tại chuyện cái đó
ข้าศึกยาวมั้งข้าศึกยาวเนี่ยจับปุ๊บปัดตา
bà tôi bà cái kho chứ
พอจูรอยังมั่มเลย
khá bây giờ
ครับพี่ที่พี่มันได้ขาย
thì cái việc đấy mà khá bà khá
อ๋อ
nghe cái đó được tao lo khá bây giờ đã cái đó là nãy kia là bà khá bà tôi
The Karen countryside is torn by war. With areas littered with landmines and destroyed by battles, even soldiers are deserting the never-ending conflict. But with a hopeless refugee situation and migrant workers in Thailand under increasing risk of arrest and deportation, the Karen have limited options. For deserted soldiers, the choices between a lifetime in a refugee camp and arrest in Burma or Thailand are not appealing. And as elections approach later this year, fears of increasing conflict indicate the situation is unlikely to change in the near future.